Hello, everyone. It's a mess, but it's real. It's Jag time in Rob's garage. 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 Yeah, okay, here we are. Remember yesterday I said it was January 30th, 2019. I was wrong. It was January 29th, but I'm not going to change those videos now. And we'll just make this January 30th episode 4, I think. As long as I can keep from hitting the off button on the camera again. Today, so what we're doing today is I want to make, you'll notice that I've got these things that I call the V braces for the dashboard cowl hoop right here. And those are a design element that I used on this thing right here on the three-wheeler. And I will show you what they allowed me to do. You'll see on the dashboard that there's this passenger grab handle right here, which is nice and solidly mounted to a steel strap, a steel V-brace, to the right-hand steel V-brace that goes from the dashboard tube to the cowl hoop. And then you'll notice there's some space right here that looks suspiciously like it forms a V with that handle. And yeah, so I did that on that, and the grab handle is nice and solid. So I would like to do the same thing on this, giving a good passenger grab handle on the dashboard, and it makes for a nice solid cowl hoop. Although these things are also going to get, they're going to get a lip welded on the inside here, and then a lip down here welded in that will be that I will drill and thread in the same way that I drilled and threaded the lip flanges on this cowl hoop right here. You can see I've got those 5mm 80 screws in there to attach the dashboard panel. And I will affect the same methodology on this. So, what I got to do now, though, hopefully, if I don't run out of steel, I've got this. I need some more 1x1/8 strap. I've got this one piece right here, and hopefully I can scrounge up another piece somewhere here in the steel pile or somewhere, and then we will continue to, and then we'll cut it out and shape it and weld it in. And that'll be that. Alright, so anyway, this time, don't mess up the camera. Okay, first, I gotta mark this thing where the V braces are gonna go. The inside ends of these happen to be 20 3/4 from the end. So let's grab a Sharpie and slide that under there and go 20 3/4 from this end. Lock, you bastard. Start, you bastard. 20 3/4 here. Boom, there's that. And then, come on, there we go. Let's move that out of the way and another 20 3/4 right here. Ugh. And then this square will suffice. Do this. 1 and 2. Okay, now let's go make a brace, shall we? Well, I've done some scrounging over here in my steel pile, and have found an absolute truckload of 1 1/4. I've got 3 or 4 pieces of that, a few bits of 1/2 inch, and some 1 1/2, but I don't have any 1 inch. And 1 inch is what I need. So I'll make one side of it, and then I'll have to procure more 1-inch strap, which means I have to go to the hardware store. And then we will be able to create the other V-strap. But what we can do, another thing that we can do, come with me, if you will. Another thing that we can do is, whoops, get out of the way. Another thing that we can do is finish the mounting for the grill hoop right here. Get this thing set up, get this thing welded on, add the tabs to the end of the chassis, and then cut this thing to height, and then weld it on it. My son Cody made this. I don't think it's really going to take much in the way of massaging to make it really work well, and then we'll be there. Can you see me? Hey, I'm over here. All right, so let's make one side of the V-brace for the intermediate hoop. Now, in this project, so anyway, in this project, I've done a lot of what you call cut to fit, sort of, and which makes life easy. And then I'll either record it in the build notebook, and then it gets transferred to the design so that I have a record of the drawing. So what I'm going to do now is take this, just this simple piece of strap right here, and move some junk out of the way. It's not junk, it's just in the way. If it's in the way, that makes it junk. So you're going here, and then I subsequently determined that 30 degrees was what I wanted this to be. Oops. Let's do this. Oh no. I've already begun to throw things on the floor. Whee! Up, a little more. Boom, boom, boom. Oh boy, that level's going to go for a ride soon, isn't it? Come on. There we go. Tighten that a bit. Set this to 30 degrees. Yay! There it is. The big 3-0. That's right. So that's at 30 degrees. Oops, no. My fingers retrieved my Sharpie that I threw on the floor. Come here, Eve. Now, I'm going to mark this here. Boom. Mark that there. Boom. Mark this down here. Boom. And then, yes. Very good. So the other thing that I can do is grab my teeny tiny carpenter square. I love these things. They're great. We'll remove that level because we know that that thing was going to go for a ride at some point, right? Yes. Yes, it was. And she'll move that so it's not in the way, and then we can draw this line right here where it belongs. Boom. And then move it back to where it's supposed to be. Verify that. Step the camera back so you can see another thing that I do a lot that is essential to my design technique. We get at one end, and we duck down and close one eye, and apply the calibrated eyeball. Calibrated eyeball says good. Hey, let's cut some steel. Get it. Okay, so I just realized that I say that a lot in videos and in performance and other things too. Okay, so maybe that will become my catchphrase. You never know. Okay, so first, I've got this thing here, and I have multiple methods by which I cut the steels. And in order that I don't aggravate my already brutal tinnitus. Yay! One for you. One for you. Whoops. Come on. I know you want... There we go. Yay! Okay, great. So, anyway. Okay, so. One of my favorite methods that I've gotten really good at is the reciprocating chop saw. Yeah, the reciprocating saw, which I really like. But one of the things I do to help myself is I'll take a file and make a... Let's see, is this thing plugged in? No, of course not. Don't need the drill press. Do need that. There we go. I'm going to take this file and just kind of make a little notch right there so that the saw blade doesn't wander around as I cut when I try to start the cut, because it will do that. And then, paramir de voi. I could have, there we go. And then, I know it was shaking around a bit. I could have put it a little close to the vise. Then we grab this thing, more Ryobi power tools. A little bevel. You like that. Strip off a little bit of the mill scale. No more mill scale, not for you. Can't use that. And we are ready. We're ready to weld this in. Okay. Okay, so. Haha. Oh, I don't need these anymore. Boom. I don't need the earplugs right now. But what I do need is to strip off the mill scale. To strip off mill scale, if I don't use my angle grinder with the flap disc, I love these abrasive sponges. They're great. So I'll I can just strip it off locally. I don't have to go nuts with it, you know. That's good enough. And up here we can do the same thing, although this stuff is pretty clean to begin with, but we'll do that anyway. There's that. Where's my clamp? Oop. Don't want to lose that again. I know I had another clamp on there, didn't I? Oh, there it is. Bessie! Alright. Let us crank that open. Get it into place-ish. And then, whoops. And then apply the clamp. Oh, no, you don't. There. Whoops. We're going to apply it there. And now this is just, I'll show you. Okay, so we've got that clamped in place. Verify the 30-degree angle. Can't see it on that side. Maybe you guys can see it. Hey, is this thing at 30 degrees? What's that you say? Yes? Very good. Audience participation. So anyway, so that's in, and it's at the angle that we want it to be. And so now what you'll see is that I've got this thing, it's positioned so that it's just below the edge of the hoop and touching the outside. So I'm going to weld along there, and I'm going to weld on the inside, do a fillet on the inside, and we're going to do a fillet down there, a fillet full of holes, do a fillet down there, and then of course we'll weld along the sides of it. So let's fire up that welder, shall we? Okay, so first of all, let's get this out of the way because this is in the way. That makes it junk. Next, let's put on some welding sleeves because we haven't worn those in a while. Protect my bare arms from getting sunburned or from getting just plain old burned. And some nice welding gloves. Boom, I can't find the ones I wanted to use, or I can't find one of the ones I wanted to use, so I'm going to use these. Good thing I have multiple pairs, right? Hands. What I can do with my hands. Up, let's remove my phone to somewhere safe so I don't melt it. And let's tighten that. And let's weld the top of this thing first. There we go. You go over there, you come around here, and off we go then. Looks good. Let's take a look up at the inside of that thing, see if we got complete joint penetration, because we like that. And yeah, so we did. Good. I won't need to do a bead on the inside of that. Good. And now down here. Also looks pretty great. I'm gonna throw another. Yeah, we like that. We like that better. When in doubt, add more metal. Oh boy, am I gonna get bashed for this online, right? Totally. Okay, that magnet can go over here so it doesn't get knocked down onto the floor and collect 40 pounds of metal shavings, metal dust. And then here, and also here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yep, heat affected zone looks good. And the heat affected zone looks good on both the tube and the strap. The fillet looks good on that bottom one, even though I ran 2 beads. Boom. Turn off that, turn off the gas. I know you can't see me, but I'm over here twisting a knob so I can turn off the gas on my C25 tank. Gloves, sleeves, welding mask. I want to talk a little bit about tools and equipment. Over there, hanging up on the ladder, you can see I have 2 masks. The one on the left, that's a Harbor Freight mask that I got, I forget when, way back. That is the mask with which I built that thing right there. So yeah. And then this right here, that you can see, this is also a Harbor Freight mask. Chicago Electric Welding, yay. 40 bucks. And the major disadvantage to this one is the view pane is actually only about like this. So one day I was online, and because I guess they know I weld, or they know I like car stuff, I get a lot of notifications on my Facebook feed from Eastwood. And they make a lot of cool stuff. I've got one of their metal cutting tools, I really like it. but that is an Eastwood helmet, and the viewing pane on that is full. The viewing pane on that Eastwood is the full thing of like this. But this one actually has better visibility. This Harbor Freight, actually, it's a little easier to see the weld than it is with the Eastwood. The Eastwood, when you strike the spark looks blue, and it can be. I mean, it's, you know, I get right up on it usually sometimes, and the spark looks a little blue. It's not quite as distinct as this one. This one, the spark's a nice bright yellow. The spark actually lights the weld up really well. So. I've been going back and forth between the Eastwood and the Harbor Freight, and both of them work. So anyway, both of them work, although these days I'm preferring the Harbor Freight. So anyway, that's welded. I want to show you, see if I can get the phone out of here without messing it up. When I said I had CJP on that weld, what I meant was CJP, you guys, those of you who are welders, you'll know what I'm talking about. CJP means, let's focus right there. Come on, focus in. You can focus. I know you can. CJP means complete joint penetration. Oh, that light. That light is not our friend. So let's turn these off for a minute. Boom, boom. Come back over here. And what we're going to look at, right up in there. Where is it? There it is. It's a little blurry. It's a little blurry. And a little hard to see. Let's grab a flashlight and maybe we can illuminate that. Suffice to say, what I've got there, CJP means complete joint penetration. And I've had to do, in my day gig, I've had to do some steel weldments, and some of the requirements included that. And what that just means is you weld from one side and you burn and you melt right through to the other side. So let's take this, apply a flashlight, see if that helps at all. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can see you can see that the heat affected zone is really good and it's melted right in. That's, I don't know, I could probably lay a fillet in there and it wouldn't make me upset. So maybe I will. We'll see. So anyway, but I don't have enough steel to do another one of these V braces. So I'm going to move on and do something else. I'm going to move on and see about this grill hoop. Grill hoops. Grill hooperator. Grill hoopulizer. That thing. Alright, so pausing the camera. God damn it. Hey. Okay, the first thing we got to do is make the end tabs for that top tube the grill hoop is going to mount to. So we're going to cut off a couple of pieces that are just arbitrarily, let's see, 2 1/4, so that they pop up an inch over the 2 1/4 right there. Yay, mark you. And then, because I happen to know that the blade on my chop saw is 1/8 of an inch thick, take this next one and go 2 1/4, 2 and 3/8. There we go. Mark it again. Boom. Okay, there's that. Then we come over here to my fabulous and ever wonderful chop saw. One of the greatest tools ever. I lose the adjustment key sometimes. Right, so good, it's right at, oh, nope, that's not good. Move that away. I know. I know. Right? What's this guy doing? Don't let him hear the power tools. Got it. Almost right on that one. That. Fire in the hole. Yeah, we can take a look and see. Yeah, right there. Oh, look, wow. Looks like I cut that one with something not cool. Ready? On your mark, take up. Alright. Now you might think that this isn't the best method for making it. Whoa, swing that around, because we go over here now. See that belt sander? Oh, it's a Craftsman. I know I'm a Craftsman. It says so on my tools. This Craftsman belt sander. Got my knuckle. This Craftsman belt sander, I've had this since probably 1990. This belt sander, not only did it help me build the three-wheeler, but it helped me build a stand-up acoustic bass guitar that I designed and built over the course of 1990 into 1991. It took me 18 months to do it, and this is a key instrument. Shaped many parts on this thing right here. I tell myself I want to get a new belt sander because, you know, new tools are great. But, yeah, this thing still works really well. It does everything I need it to. And, oh, this Craftsman bench grinder I've had even longer than that. I forget when I got this. Sometime in the mid-'80s, maybe? I don't know. Something. At any rate. Okay, so, we're coming over here. Over here, I'm going to take this magnet right here. Those magnets are great. I'm going to take this magnet, boom, and then we magnet the thing in place like so. Come on, you filthy beggar. Oops. Oops, cut that out. Stop doing that. That gets put right there. Affix it to its apportioned, whoops, no. Fix it in place. I really like these welding magnets. They're pretty great. One for you, and another magnet for over here. Oh, there it is. Squeeze behind the tire. Reach along, reach. Ah, I got it. Reach far away, far away. And then, boom. Also in place. And then once again, fire up the welder and have a go. I'm going to live dangerously now and not wear the correct gloves. Make sure that the valve is open, which it is not. Just in case you're wondering, I'm over here twisting the valve on my C25 tank. Open. Turn on the welder. Boom. Bring the gun to where it's supposed to be. Oh, I don't need my earplugs anymore, do I? Boom. I will need them, and then put on the welding helmet. Look, my arms are bare. Ouch! This is probably gonna hurt. Give that one a little tweak. Oops, I know you don't. And then off we go then. good. That is that. I'm not going to put a fillet on here because the hoop will provide filleting surface at the bottom. Yeah, that looks good. Oop. Thing of beauty, joy forever, and stuff. Right, next. Put over here. That looks really good. I like that. And then also looks good. And then, is it raining out? Oh, so it is. Oops. Ruh-roh. Can't have that. In we go. Here. That's good enough. How about that? You're getting the full Robb's Garage experience, folks. Okay, where was I? Right. Okay. Did you guys even see this other one when I was doing it? Probably not. Get this bottom weld right here.